Welcome back, Grade 5s. We will now look at the third week of Term 2. This week, we will continue with our theme, Our Daily Bread. Lesson number 1 for week 3, we are going to look at synonyms. Now, synonyms are the opposite of antonyms that we did last week. Draw a line after last week's work. Write down the date that you will be doing this activity and your heading synonyms. Now, before we can start with synonyms, we need to revise antonyms. Last week we said antonyms are words that mean the opposite of each other. Example, fast and slow. Now, synonyms are words that mean the same. Example, fast and quick. After you've written the date and the heading, you will be drawing 2 blocks. In your first block, you will write down what antonyms are, and in your second block, you will write down what synonyms are. You can write these 2 in color so as to distinguish between them. After this, you will draw one big table. Under the first heading, you will write down the word antonyms. The middle block, you will write down given word, and in your third column, you will write down synonyms. Number them from number 1 to number 4. Then write down in the middle happy, strong, boring, and naughty. You will see that there are pictures at the bottom of happy, strong, boring, and naughty as well. So now you need to give an antonym as well as a synonym for each given word. You will see at the bottom there is a word bank or a word cloud. You need to use these words to complete the table. Read the following paragraph below. The words in bold are overused. Replace these words with synonyms. Where a word is used more than once, write down a different synonym. At number 1, the synonym for nice, pleasant is already given. At number 2, you will see that nice is bold again. So now here you need to write a different synonym for the word nice. Lesson number 2 for this week, we will look at prepositions. Draw a line after your word puzzle. Write down the date that you will be doing prepositions, and then your heading is prepositions. What are prepositions? Prepositions often show us where something is or when it happens. They can also show that something belongs to someone. Examples: the food is put into the oven. Into shows us where it is. Second example, the food is packed onto shelves for people to buy. That is where it takes place. And then lastly, Mrs. Tefu is the owner of the bakery, so that is when we refer to belongings. In other words, where we use belongings, there are also prepositions involved. Copy this table in your book. You may copy this block with colored pens. You will now be completing a puzzle. You will see at the bottom you have prepositions on, in, from, and to, and you will complete the puzzle by using these puzzle pieces to fit them in the correct sentences. Download this activity, cut out the preposition pieces, that is on, in, from, and to, paste it in where it needs to go, and then when you are done, paste it in your workbook. When you download this activity, you will see that it is numbered A to D. If you are unable to download or print this activity, you can just rewrite it in your book and then fill in the prepositions in the open spaces. Also do it in a color pen so that you can clearly see where the prepositions need to go. E. What prepositions do you see? Make 4 sentences to describe what prepositions you see in the picture. Example number 1. The fruit juice is in the glass. Next lesson, lesson number 3. You will be classifying things. Draw a line after your preposition activity. Write down the date that you will do this activity, and your new heading is Classify Things. Skip a line. Write down Activity 6, page 83. This is page 83 in your textbook. Number 1. Redraw this table in your book. Your first column's heading is Ingredients. Your second heading, Kitchen Utensils. And thirdly, Kitchen Equipment. We often have to sort things into groups to make it easier for ourselves to find them. We say that we classify them into groups so that similar things are grouped together. For example, at home you may sort your clothing into groups in different drawers so that all the socks are together, all the shirts are together, and so on. In big shops, the things we buy are classified into groups so that we know where to look for them. For example, all the dairy products will be in one place. Now, for you to be able to group things under these 3 headings, we first need to look at what each heading or word means. Let's start with ingredients. Ingredients are any of the foods or substances that are combined to make a particular dish. A kitchen utensil is a small handheld tool used for food preparation. Common kitchen tasks include cutting food items to size, heating food on an open fire or stove, baking, grinding, mixing, blending, and measuring. Different utensils are used for different tasks. And kitchen equipment are large items in your kitchen, and that is things like a stove, microwave, etc. After you have redrawn the table in your book, you will arrange the following words into 3 groups under the headings in the table. You have got the words sugar, bowl, refrigerator, oven, kitchen table, baking tray, milk, eggs, wooden spoon, and flour. So now you need to take each word and fill it under the correct heading. You will now listen to an explanation that I will read to you. Copy the table below in your exercise book, and then I will read you a shopping list. As you hear each word, write it into the correct column in the table. When I am reading this shopping list to you, make sure that you take notes, and then when you are done, you can go back and listen to it again. Shopping list: butter, potatoes, cabbages, steak, bananas, sausage, chicken, yogurt, apples, milk, carrots, oranges, hamburgers, and pears. Let me repeat. Shopping list: butter, potatoes, cabbages, steak, bananas, sausage, chicken, yogurt, apples, milk, carrots, oranges, hamburgers, and pears. When you redraw this table in your book, make sure that you number it correctly. It is number 2C. We have come toward the end of another week's work. I hope that you've enjoyed this week and that you have a good weekend. Stay safe and look after yourselves. And bye-bye for now.